Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Realty One Group Karma team meeting for September. Super excited to share some new developments with you, progress of our organization, and some new tools that we've put together to better support you, and also talk about some other business partnerships that we formed and more opportunity for you to support your clients and make more money at the same time. So with that being said, I'd like to congratulate Vicki. Vicki Gents of New View Group from our office has officially become a title agent. And Alliance Title is excited to welcome Vicki to our team. Vicki's quick adaptability and eagerness to learn have led to early success in handling complex title transactions with precision and care. We're thrilled to see Vicki's early achievements and look forward to witnessing her continued growth and success with us. Join us in celebrating Vicki Gents as she embarks on what promises to be an outstanding career at Alliance Title.
Thank you so much. It's very exciting.
So Vicki, I just wanted to take the opportunity to have you share with everyone your experience in becoming a title agent, you know, maybe the decision behind it, right? And then kind of the process of making that happen, and then the benefits of what's come from it since you've been able to do some transactions, you know, for your clients, and the benefits that have happened being the title agent, whether for yourself or for your client.
Sure. So thank you to Pam for bringing us the opportunity to be a title agent. Even it was nothing I had ever heard of before. And it ends up, it's actually pretty easy. So some of the benefits of it is when you have lawyers being the title agent, I have yet to see a lawyer offer a discount on title to their clients. But as the title agent myself with listings, I can offer them, my clients, a discount on the title, which, you know, offsets some of the legal costs or whatever. You know, one of the caveats is you do have to use the lawyers associated with the title company, just because most lawyers, that's where they get their money from, is the title. So they're not going to want to give up the title and let you be the title agent. But I see it as being able to serve my clients a lot better, because I can offer them things that they can't get other places, but still get the same high service of having a lawyer looking at their contract and everything. So it's really been beneficial that way. And then beneficial to me is that I am now getting that title fee as well. So even though I'm taking a reduced title fee because I'm offering the discount, I can offer things on title that I can't necessarily do legally as an agent. But it benefits my client, and that's the important thing. And then it also helps me win listings, right? Because it's something I can offer that other agents can't. But it's really easier than people make it sound. If you can read and you can cut and paste, you can do it. You know, and I have had some lawyers, I've kept my mouth shut when they go off about this, but you know, they basically are making up things saying that that a lawyer has to be the title agent, which is just not true. The state would not give me a title license if that were true.
You are correct, Vicki. You know, it's an industry that's been capitalized by attorneys for a significant period of time here in our area, right? A lot of other states, that's not the case, but here in our area, that is the case. So we are going to run into some of those myths, right? Or some of those attorneys that may be spreading the word otherwise and making it seem like it's not something that's available to you, when in fact that it is. And
Correct.
I think that, you know, like you just said, as a reminder to everybody, literally the only two requirements by IDFPR in order to be licensed as a title agent is 18 years of age and no felonies. There is an application that you fill out, of course, and they obviously will take a look at it and review, you know, who you are and make sure everything is lining up accordingly. But there really shouldn't be any reason for you not to get approved, especially having a real estate broker's license, right? It's the
Correct.
same entity and process that's approving you as a title agent, you know, similar to our real estate broker or managing broker license. So I invite every single one of you to take advantage of this opportunity. Again, it's not just about your opportunity to make more money, which is very real. Like Vicky said, it gives you a lot more leverage to help and support your client in the transaction. And what we mean by that is whatever your title agent commission is, let's just say it's $2,000, it's based on the purchase price. You can use up to 100% of your title agent commission as a credit back to your client, to the seller, if you choose, right? So if something comes up in the transaction where that makes sense, or you want to offer a portion of that as a discount, you can most certainly do that. And that is above board, 100% compliant with, you know, RESPA, etc. So it just gives you a lot more ability to be creative and how you want to structure your business and be able to support your client and put them as a priority when you have that, you know, additional income there to do something with. So I think it's a great opportunity, and I'd love to see 100% of our office participating. Not 90, not 95, 100%, because I know that it'll help you win, not only in more business, but it'll help you win in what you're up to in life. So like Tanya just said, she's like, oh, I want to buy a property in Puerto Rico. Well, there you go, Tanya.
Put that towards it.
There's the income to go ahead and make that happen. Rob, I know that we've introduced Rob in the past, and he's here with us today. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Rob is the founder of Oxygen Mortgage, who is our partner, as you all know, with the mortgage company here at Realty One Group Karma. And speaking on this topic of title, Rob, would you like to chime in, because you have
Oh yeah,
a huge background in title specifically, and I think it's always good to have others with knowledge and experience and track record kind of, you know, just add to this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks, Pam. And I think a couple of key takeaways. And Vicky, like what you had mentioned, happened to me at a very high level back in the day. I mean, I started my own title company, one of the first mortgage companies to have their own affiliated title company in 1998, and we did over 13-year span. I did 28,000 mortgages and 28,000 title transactions. Absolutely like epic amount. And the reason our business was able to be so successful is because with this additional income and the flexibility it gave us to help borrowers, especially in the refinance space, like to help people when like maybe a deal's coming up short, or like a lot of the title companies, you couldn't get a proper closing time and they were always limited. Well, if you have a UPS driver, he can't take off a half day of work. He's either working his job or not working his job. And so we were able to have flexibility to have late night closings, notaries flying all over greater Chicagoland metro. And it just changed a complete game for us. And I think I always equate it to, it really is, the attorneys kind of play the card of, it's the Wizard of Oz. Like when you peel back the curtain, it's not that hard. And I think wisely, Pam's rolled this out for all of you. And I think, as new agents maybe watch this video and as more people get involved, if you all do this and you build an attorney network that's friendly to your kind of business model, you will have awesome economies of scale and everyone will make a lot more money and you'll have a better service experience for clients. That's a misnomer that you have to pay. Some attorney needs to make $4,000 in commissions to be able to provide good service. There's plenty of attorneys who do a great job, who would be friendly to your company and the title experience, and it's far less. I mean, look at what's happened to the real estate community with the NAR settlement and the changes. Everyone's having to adapt. Have the agents or have attorneys had to take a pay cut? Have they had to do anything different? No, they have not. They're just chugging along because it's kind of like the biggest I wouldn't call it a scam, but this is the biggest I think misunderstood part of the transaction. People don't understand. And so now if you guys all embrace it and get good at it, and like you said, if you can, sometimes deals come down to, we had thousands of them where it would come down to, hey, if you could help waive a fee here, cut your commission there, it puts deals together and it creates a client for life. And I think if you can do that, you're going to have a lot of long-term repeat business and you'll feel good about what you're doing, and from a kind of just holistic, like, which is going right back to the name of Pam's company here. It's good karma. So do the right thing, help your people. And I think it's a smart business move that I just can't believe more people don't do it. I've been like, Pam's known me for a long time now, and I was from day one. I'm like, why are you not doing title yet? Because I ran a highly successful affiliated business, and it put us on the map. It gave us a competitive advantage. Because even if you took that money, maybe you did 5 of these a month. Well, if you're making a couple thousand, imagine rolling $10,000 a month back into marketing for your business, where you would end up as a realtor. That's insane. Like, nobody does that. So look at it that way. Like, if it's a double down, build your business concept, I think it's a smart move to, not leave money on the table. And I think, realtors are very traditional and used to habits. And your habit is you get a deal and you hand it off. And same on the mortgage front, which kind of segues into what else I do is, having somebody there that you can build a relationship with that benefits the greater good of the company is going to make everything stronger and going to give you more ability to take more market share because you have more revenue to be captured on all lines of business. And so I think that's an important thing, and thinking of it differently. Like, you would never as a realtor, like, oh, I don't go out as far as Glen Ellen, so I'll just refer the deal out. You would never do that. You would make a deal, or you would go do that deal, or you would have a referral relationship. So why would you hand off title if you're not going to get paid? It just doesn't make any sense. So it's like something to just, keep in mind for your business model. And then as you grow, this will help you grow faster and have more opportunity.
Thank you, Rob, so much. And Vicki, one more thing, and then we'll kind of move on here. Can you just give us a quick overview of the actual process itself, meaning that once you have to do, what do you actually have to do as a title agent?
So basically, when you get a house under contract, and this is really only on the listing side, we don't do the buy side. But on the listing side, when you get a house under contract, you send in the contract to everybody, including the contracts department at the title company. And then you go on the website, you click a button, and you put in the information from the contract. It's, I don't know, like 8 or 10 lines total. And you hit submit. And then about 3 days later, you get a report. And then you go into another part on the website and you open up that and you open up the report and you cut and paste stuff from the report into the website. It's like maybe 10 minutes if you're a slow cutter and paster. I mean, if you can read and you can cut and paste, you can do this job. It's not like, I joke because I was in a meeting and there was this attorney in there and she went gonzo about how you have to have a law degree to do this. And I just bit my tongue and I was like, honey, when I was an admin at Motorola 20 years ago, I was trained for this job. It's really that simple. It's here's the field. This is where you look on the report. And the report is kind of scary because it's a bajillion pages long, but you really only use like the first 3 or 4 pages. It's not brain surgery by any stretch. It's pretty simple.
And one thing too, all the underwriter that you work with,
I was just gonna say
they're
that.
still going to do a double check and they're going to make
Yes.
sure, because everybody's on the hook there. So even if you couldn't even be devious, I don't think, if you wanted to. It's important that you have a good partner, which Pam set up for you guys. So it makes it easy. I mean, it really is it's a better service experience, and then you can get really in a groove. And then, hey, if you make an extra, 20 to 80,000 a year for doing some title work, it's really pretty smart move to help your business grow. I mean, so but yeah, they'll take care of you. It is absolutely the Wizard of Oz with the curtain. Like, you're like, wait, this is it? Like, but
That's a great way to put it, Robert, because it is just, the fact that they're double and triple checking everything behind the scenes is real peace of mind, right? Because as a brand new person, I'm like, oh my God, am I doing this right? But it really is as simple as it looks.
Yeah.
And knowing that they're double checking and triple checking everything, and there is still a lawyer involved in this transaction. He or she is also looking at things, right? So, it really is kind of a no-brainer to do this in addition to being an agent.
Thank you, Vicki. And, that's why I chose Alliance Title. So everyone has an understanding. They've been in business for 28 years now at this point. They probably average around 3,000 deals a year. And they've never, ever had a claim, because they're so diligent on their compliance and making sure that their team behind the scenes, the underwriters, double, triple, quadruple check everything. So then that way we can avoid any potential pitfalls, because obviously it falls on them and their insurance, etc. So they're going to 100% make sure to support us and pretty much take the work that we do and do it again anyways, because they have to make sure that, they're good and everything is the way that it should be. So you have complete peace of mind, great support, and plenty of reassurance that there's a team behind you to make sure everything is exactly the way it needs to be. So, well, thank you, Vicki. I look forward to watching you grow, more and more in this opportunity and your business as a whole. As we've already heard from Rob, we're going to hear from Rob again.
More than you want.
So that's okay. Again, we're thrilled to introduce Rob Eglund, the innovative founder of Oxygen Mortgage and valued partner of Realty One Group Karma. As a strategic ally to Realty One Group Karma, Rob and his team exemplify our shared commitment to excellence and client-centered service, offering a seamless real estate experience from house hunting to loan closing. Today, Rob will share his invaluable insights, including a much anticipated market update. Please join me in welcoming Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
Thanks, Pam. I need you to, wherever I go, just introduce me. It's always sounds so much better when you do it.
I learned from somebody that was really good at that, and you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, thank you. So I'll since I've been droning on about title, but I've done both these. So I think the biggest, point that I would like to make, and I'll kind of give you guys a market update at the end here, because that's, of course, the Fed cut rates and what does that actually mean and all that. But I think my value, especially post NAR settlement agreement, as I bring a lot of value as far as deal making and flexibility and helping anybody in this in Karma, making sure as a realtor you're going to get paid. And having done this for so long and done so many, going back to, I did 28,000 mortgages and 28,000 title deals. I've seen everything. And, be it a seasoned veteran, real estate person or somebody who's just new to the business, I can bring a lot of like extra little things that we can do and how to put together a creative deal, how to maybe structure something, get some more credits. And same thing, if we're short, there's flexibility that I have. I own this. This is my company. So I'm not tied to some sort of like bank pricing model. I can do whatever I need to do to get the deal closed, because if we take care of the customer and the client, we'll get them back. And most of my success has always been long-term relationships with people who just pick up the phone, give me a text. Hey, I want to do this. I mean, even yesterday, all the, with the rate thing, I got like dozens and dozens of people like, hey, which should I refinance? I'm like, all right, let me run the numbers, and we're going to kind of like work our way through all those clients. And so, I think the earlier you get us involved, the better. I have a great team. I have a great processing. I have an assistant, Casey, who is just wonderful. And we're really easy to get a hold of, one or all of us at any given time. And then, of course, we have Adam out there in Chicago. He's helping his mom today in Germany, which is crazy. But when he's in back, he's kind of boots on the ground. And we all work really well together to, the sooner we can get involved with your potential buyer, the more we can help you leverage your time, make sure you're not wasting your time, and then help that borrower have a great experience on buying their home, be it their first home, move up buyer, whatever it is. And, we really, really take pride in the questions answered. I just got off the phone with somebody for half hour and they're shopping this, they're looking at that. And he's like, you're the only one who's answered my questions. Nobody else, they just want my business, but they don't answer my questions. And so, it's complicated out there now. The mortgage real estate world is not easy, and we're all earning our pay now. And I think if we can create, get to somebody early, get them through the system. What we try to do, if we get somebody early, we're going to just run them as a full to be determined approval, not just a pre-approval, but run them all the way through the system, get them underwritten, and have assurances that this is a sure thing. That helps you as a buyer's agent to negotiate. If you go back to the seller and say, hey, the mortgage is already done, we just have to pick an address out, changes the whole game, gives you some more leverage, helps your buyer have, and then nobody has to scramble. We already have the loan done. And, now they're like, hey, we need to close in 3 weeks or 30 days. The loan's already been done. It's a 5-day process for us to get an appraisal or something. So that's kind of how we focus on, that, early is best. We'll take them last minute. It's fine. But, if we can get somebody, have that kind of mortgage consult discussion, as we call it, to really help them educate and take the stress out of the process, and then show them that, hey, we have great pricing, and it's our delivery experience is what really matters. So that's kind of like our overview. I think I sent to Pam to forward out to all of you the NAR. Basically, even though rates went down, rates went up. It doesn't make any sense, but they were kind of baked in. I think we'll see a little bit of recovery and a little bit of rates, but I think we're gonna, many people, Bank of America, economists at NAR, everyone's kind of predicting right around 5.875, 6 1/8. And so we're probably, I mean, we were up almost 8. So, and then we've been very recently in the low 7s. And so we're almost a point down, which is fantastic. And I think that's probably where we may be for a little while. And then we'll start to kind of creep down into, maybe better part of 12 months plus before we end up, low 5s, and maybe we creep into the high 4s at some point. But that's kind of where we're at. We'll try to get you guys. I have a kind of a Friday newsletter where we kind of do a lot of that. We'll make sure everybody's on the list for that, so you can at least get kind of a Saturday morning update, so you have some talking points. That's a lot of it now. I think just having enough information so when you're called by somebody, a potential client, being able to kind of talk to what's going on in the market, and then being able to have resources available quickly, be it a phone call, text away, if you have a question, to help you navigate kind of maybe those early mortgage questions, so you can get that borrower connected to you, because they realize you have, if you don't have all the knowledge, you know where to get it right away, and it's easy for you. And so that, I think that's that what we can offer to make this a great experience for everybody.
Thank you, Rob. And I'd like to give a quick testimonial. Selene and I connected Adam and Rob to one of our buyer clients early on, did the consultation, got them all pre-approved, or like Rob says, like fully approved, pretty much. Like it, we were ready to go. Found an amazing property in Carroll Stream. The property was listed at $355,000, but this house, all redone, is a $500,000 house. And so for this family, I was really motivated to help them get this property, but I knew it was going to be a multiple offer situation, right? Like there's no doubt. And so we went all in, did everything we could, all the way down to making sure that our borrowers, our buyers, knew the payment on the price that they were going to go in at. Also, there is a tax exemption on that current property, a veteran tax exemption, where the current seller is paying 0. So Adam was brilliant. He went in right away. He calculated the taxes to what they would be without that tax exemption, et cetera. We then were able to really give our client a full picture of what their payment will look like in reality in the future years to come, once, obviously the real taxes are going to kick in, et cetera. So our client was fully prepared, well-informed, ready to go. We went all in, at our price that they felt comfortable with. We did not win the multiple offer the first time around. Somebody else came in higher, et cetera. But what we did was we did such a good job of communicating to the listing agent, and Adam was available to talk to the listing agent. So she had a reassurance and peace of mind about our client and their stability as a borrower, and our ability as professionals to get to the closing table. We offered a very quick close. It was literally 8 business days to close this transaction. And sure enough, the first deal fell apart, and the listing agent came back to us and said, there's actually other offers on the table higher than you, but because of the way you guys showed up and your preparedness and readiness and way of communicating, I told my clients, sometimes you just got to go with your instinct. And I'm telling them they should just go with you guys. And I'm like, fantastic. So thankfully, we were able to get the property. We're now under contract, and Adam and Rob have been doing an amazing job of getting everything done to accomplish this 8 business day closing date of September 25th.
Hello.
So, what's important for everyone to know here, when we as a brokerage have this type of partnership, there's so much more at stake, right? Meaning that Rob and his team, Adam, whoever we have working with us, they're going to go all out to get our deals done, because there's a bigger relationship there, right? There's more opportunity, more business that, you know, we can have with one another. And so they're going to do that for their business regardless. I know that about Rob, but having that added element of that partnership also, you know, kind of puts a little bit more accountability, right, on top of it. And so I just want everyone here to feel 1000% confident that if it makes sense to do business with Oxygen Mortgage, which I know that it does, you can be reassured that you have a team that is not only going to do the best for you and your client, but there's that additional relationship that we're all going to want to continue to win in. So they're going to do everything possible to make it a win all the way through. And that's why Rob can say to you today, hey, if it comes down to the buyer, you know, having to contribute to your buyer agent compensation, he's willing to work with us. He's willing to put the transaction together however we can, find additional credits, what have you, to offset that cost so we can get our clients the house and make sure that you get paid as well. So I think that's really important for everyone to know that that's who we are and how we're going to support you now and moving forward. So thank you, Rob,
Thanks, man.
for
Yeah, thank you.
all your support, and we'll see what happens next week on September 25th.
I know, right? Pressure's on. I'm used to it. It's all good.
Does anybody have any questions for Rob?
I do actually, since Adam's out of the country, I'll bug Rob.
No problem.
Do you guys do build loans, land loans and build loans?
We do have a construction product that goes, it's kind of limited to like it's going to be about what, 780 now, the new conventional loan limit. I can do construction. We don't necessarily do like raw land loans, but if they already own the lot, I do have people I work with who are land specialists. So I may be able to, if you have somebody and they're like trying to buy the land, but often what I've noticed a lot on the land purchase situations, or people come to us, or they'll come to you guys and be like, hey, we want to buy land and build a house. And then they don't realize, hey, you can't do that with necessarily just 5% down or something. There's a lot more to it. And often having a kind of like very direct conversation and then like kind of an exploratory call, we realize like, hey, that's a great idea, but maybe this time is the time that we just buy a regular house and let's position you to buy the land and then do a new construction build. But rather than you're renting now, for instance, like it's probably a better move. And so often we have those conversations, that inquiry that you get for a land purchase turns into yeah, you're right, I should just buy a house and I'll keep it as a rental, then I'll build my dream house, and kind of do the two-step process or something. So those are, roundabout way, yes, we have resources, and then and if we can't do something, I have so many people that can do stuff, we can find somebody to make sure we get them in that property for you guys.
Okay, and then one more. What about manufactured homes?
We can. Now, the key is, and I have two different investors that we actually run into these quite a bit in South Carolina. There's a agent down there that we're working with, and they're doing like I think it's a 50 home manufactured home development, basically, they're not mobile, but they're nicer. The key is they need to own the land underneath it. So that's the biggest challenge. You run into people like, they're in hey, I want to buy this, mobile home or manufactured home, but then it's a land lease situation. And those are tough, because then there's not really much there that really anybody can do in the mortgage space. There's places that maybe do trailer loans, but as long as they own the land, yeah, we're game. We love to, they have to be a decent size and all that, but it's all pretty normal stuff. We do these on the reg. So just let me know if you got a question and we could vet it out for you.
Okay, so you don't do a typical where they don't own the land.
Yeah, no, I don't know if anybody, I mean, there's like trailer park, like lenders, but that's
Yeah.
almost like a consumer loan. That's like, yeah, those are really tough because, um, and not even to go into the philosophical things of somebody paying off a house and then they have an $800 land payment for the rest of eternity is kind of crazy, so it's kind of like, are you really getting anywhere? But
Yeah, but there's people who want them. So,
yeah,
and I had one bank that did them and they just stopped doing.
yeah.
Vicki, I have 3 resources for you, 3 banks.
Excellent.
I just went through this with a recent client. So
Okay.
yeah,
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 because my one
no
go-to
problem.
is like, oh, we don't do those anymore. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
gotta find somebody else to have in the pocket.
yeah,
So-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
thank
there's
you.
always probably a little community bank or somebody that they don't mind. It's a different risk profile. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's who it was. It was a local bank. So, but yeah. All right. Thanks, Rob.
Cool. Yeah, nice meeting you guys. Thank you.
Tanya, did you have a question? You're on mute. You're still on mute, Tanya.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Hi, thank you for the information. I have a question about the title agent. I know because us looking over the title, and I know that there's backup people looking at the title that we do. What about E&O? Do we have to pay for that or?
No, that is provided to us through my partnership with Alliance Title. So
Okay.
there is no additional fee that you would have to pay as a title agent out of pocket. And
Okay.
you have coverage all the way through.
Okay. All right. That's all I
Good
wanted
question.
to know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rob. It was good to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, good luck. Thanks for being here.
Okay, Rosa, I don't think she's on today. I know she has her other job, and I know she would love to be here more than her other job, but I just wanted to recognize Rosa as our cultural agent of the month. Congratulations to our cultural agent of the month, Rosa Narvez. Rosa's daily Facebook posts and unwavering commitment to personal growth have made her an inspiration to our entire team. Her authentic sharing of both challenges and triumphs on her journey to become her best self resonates deeply with colleagues and clients alike. Rosa truly embodies the spirit of our company culture, making her the perfect choice for this recognition. Let's celebrate Rosa and thank her for the significant impact she continues to make on our team. We love you, Rosa.
Nice.
And if you don't see Rosa's Facebook posts, tune in. They're good. She is.
Yay, Rosa. I will congratulate her.
She's very real. And I love real people. So we love you, Rosa. Thank you for your continued inspiration and doing all things possible to grow, into your best self and making everything happen that you want to have happen. And we're here for you always. So congratulations, Rosa. I wanted to recognize our top production leadership board for August. Tanya, there she goes. Kimberly.
Thank
and
you. I
then-
appreciate that.
And then the New View group. So those are our top performing agents for August. And then obviously next month we'll celebrate September. So I really appreciate you guys working so hard and getting out there and putting deals together and helping our clients. That's really what it comes down to. And I know that each and every one of you do that with a servant heart in how you serve your clients. And that's just why you're successful and you'll continue to be successful. So congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to many more celebrations. With that being said, I wanted to just kind of have a brief discussion about 100% commission and how it equals unlimited potential. And here's what I mean by that. At Realty One Group Karma, we believe in empowering our agents to reach their full potential. Our 100% commission model means you keep what you earn, you have freedom to invest in your business growth, flexibility to create your own success story, no caps on your income or creativity. Through that, you can unleash your entrepreneurial spirit and turn your real estate passion into prosperity. With our innovative model, your success is limited only by your ambition and effort. Continue to join us and experience the power of 100% commission today. Why I felt this was important to talk about is that I came from a traditional company. You know, I've been at real estate now for almost 30 years, and I've always kind of grew up in a more traditional model. So paying my broker a split was something very normal to me. And when I first heard about 100% commission model, you know, as an agent, as a professional throughout the years, I always thought, oh, that's BS. You know, what do you mean 100%? How's anybody making any money? How are they going to support you? Right. So there were all of these kind of negative thoughts that surrounded this concept of 100% commission. And when I was introduced to Realty One Group corporate, you know, as a company, I still had a lot of those same thoughts, and I was very skeptic. And I'm like, how does this work? And what really is the benefit? Nothing's free, right? They got to pay something. And so the 100% commission, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, simply means you're not on a split, right? So if you're talking to a potential recruit or another agent out there, I think that's the best way to describe it. It just means you're not on a split. Of course, you pay the house some money, and ours is through a transaction fee. But here's the key. Because we're on a transaction fee based on purchase price, you as the agent, as the business owner, can be as creative as you'd like on how you structure your commission with your client. You're not tied to a percentage of the purchase price to then pay the house a percentage of the purchase price. So here's what I mean by that. If for some reason it makes sense to negotiate a percentage less than what maybe you've done in the past, and I'm just using a number as an example, I'm not setting commission by any means, that's my disclosure. But let's just say the average commission you're used to in the past is 5%, okay? And then in a traditional model with another brokerage, you would have to pay a split on that 5% or 2.5% if you're, you know, only participating on one side of the transaction. And so you've got a big commitment to your brokerage to pay a big portion of that percentage of that commission. With Realty One Group Karma, that's off the table. So if for some reason you negotiate another percentage with your client that makes sense for that transaction, for that relationship, for whatever that may be, you don't need to get permission from Realty One Group Karma, right? Because no matter what, you're just going to pay a transaction fee based on the purchase price, which in our case is $350 for every 200,000. So in other brokerages, you don't have that competitive advantage. You don't have the ability to be creative in your process as a business owner. Your hands get tied as to how much of that is a freedom to you and to your business model and to your client that you can do. With us, it's unlimited. So I hope that everyone's understanding what I'm saying and like why this is just so important in the model that you're operating in. especially in the changing climate of, buyer agent compensation maybe coming from another source, right? It might be coming from the buyer now instead of the seller. It may be coming from the seller and the buyer. It may be worked through some sort of credit, and the buyer decides to utilize their credit to compensate you as the buyer. There's all different ways that this can come about. But the good news for you, because you work with Realty One Group Karma, you have the flexibility and the freedom to work out the best deal for your client in that transaction. And that's what 100% commission means. That's why it's so important. And it's a completely different model that, in my opinion, has broken through many barriers that so many other agents are tied to right now, and they just don't realize what they're missing out on and their ability to truly run their business the way that they see fit. So I'm just so excited to be in this model and to be in partnership with every one of you and to support you in your ability to run your business the way you want to run your business. And our model supports you in doing that all the way down to our commission structure right out the gate. So keep up the good work. Does anybody have any, anything they want to add to that conversation, or any questions, or? Nope. Okay.
None here.
Okay. We're on the
None
same
here
page.
either. Thank you for that.
Yes. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. Moving on. Sky Slope update. I know you all love Sky Slope as much as I do. Finally, I've been able to complete all of our checklists. So when you go to put in a new transaction, this just happened on Tuesday. So if you haven't entered in a new transaction since Tuesday, you will find that when you go to enter a new transaction and you hit the drop down for the checklist, you will see several checklists. I think I have 8 at this point. And each and every single one of them have been updated in its entirety. So there aren't any more documents in there that are required that aren't ones that we require. All of that's been fixed, updated, cleared out. There might be some new documents that we didn't ask for before that now we're asking for. Buyer agent compensation or commission compensation is one of them. Obviously, that's, a piece of our business moving forward. So please make sure when you go to enter in a new transaction, just take the time to read through the checklists that are available and making sure you're choosing the right one for your type of transaction. And if you have any questions on it or need further direction or guidance, just call me, text me, email me. As you guys know, I'm pretty much available to you and will respond, ASAP, and helping you navigate through that. So thank you. Thank you for your patience, and we'll continue to customize these and make sure that they're better in supporting you and our business as we move forward. That pretty much wraps up our meeting. Just as a reminder, what Karma stands for. We're kind, altruistic, real, mindful, motivated agency. And I am just so excited to be in business with each and every one of you, and excited to continue in our be good, do good, live good. And if there's anything I can do to support you, you know that I'm here. And thank you for your time today. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Vicki, for giving us some great insight and sharing your experience. And thank you, Rosa, for your continued inspiration. And just know that we love you and are here to support you. And thank you, Tanya, for all your awesome transactions and leading the way in our production. Way to go. And we miss you, Adam. We hope that you can bring mom home soon and everything works out. And of course, thank you to my amazing, lovely wife, that without her, I couldn't do any of this. So thank you, Selene. Love you guys. See you soon.
Thanks, Pam.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thanks, Pam. Have a good week.